Hi, guys. Before we read out loud today, we're going to talk about the things that we have learned. We have been learning about the pond habitat. A habitat is a place where animals and plants live together. Say the word with me habitat. Good job. Plants and animals find all the things they need to survive right in their habitat. The pond habitat has shallow water and land around all sides. There are plants and animals that live in and around the pond. Some animals live in the pond water, and some animals live around the edge of the pond. So, in today's Read Out Loud, I want you to listen to see what other plants and animals live in the pond habitat so we can add them to our list. Look and listen carefully to see if you can remember some of the new pond animals and pond plants shown in the pictures because I'm going to ask you to name them for me after we have finished reading. Hi guys, today's Read Out Loud is called Pond. Look all around. Do you see the calm, still water? Do you see the swimming ducks? Do you see the long green grasses growing around the edge of the water? You can see the pond habitat, but you can't see me. I'm tucked inside my shell, but I would love to pop out and meet you. Hello there. My name is Tobus Turtle, and I live near the pond. Welcome to my habitat. Today I'm going to explore the many plants and animals that live in and around the pond with me. Splash! What was that? It must have been a fish jumping out of the water, trying to catch a mosquito to eat. Bzzz! I think I hear a dragonfly flying by me. I'm going to tuck my legs inside my shell and wait quietly to see what else I can see. I have been so still that many of my animal friends have come out of their hiding places. I can see an animal with a mass of dark fur around its eyes and stripes on its tail. It is a raccoon that has come to the pond to search for food. In the middle of the pond, a mother and father duck are teaching their ducklings to swim. Now I'm going to stretch my legs back out of my shell and crawl slowly closer to the water's edge. I can see the furry beaver swimming through the pond, cutting and gathering logs to build itself a home. It uses strong front teeth to chew on the tree trunk until it falls to the ground. Then the beaver builds its home out of the logs it has dragged into the water. There is the masked raccoon crouching in the grass by the pond's edge. The word crouching means to bend down. The raccoon takes a long drink of water, then stays very still and waits for a fish to swim by. Maybe if it waits patiently, it will catch a fish with its sharp claws. On the other side of the pond, in the reeds, a great blue heron has been very patient. The word reeds means tall grasses that grow in wet ground or in water. It had stood so still for so long that it caught a fish in its long beak. If I look closely at furry brown cattails swaying gently in the breeze, I see insects flying from plant to plant. They are looking for tasty nectar on which to feed. Ribbit, ribbit. I hear a frog croaking nearby. The word croaking means making a grunting noise using the throat. It sits on its flat green lily pad, hoping a tasty fly will buzz by. I love looking closely at various insects that make their homes in the pond habitat. Dragonflies are expert flyers that have four wings so that they can fly straight up and down, just like a helicopter. The water strider also has a special talent. It can walk on top of the pond's surface. I also see a monarch butterfly drinking the delicious nectar of a goldenrod flower. I wonder where that frog went. It sure loves to look for insects, too. There's the frog. It was hiding. I can just barely see its eyes peering out of the water because its green skin blends in so well with the lily pads. I think it must have gotten too hot, so it jumped off its lily pad into the cool pond water. I'm feeling warm too, so I think I'll get ready to go for a swim in the shallow pond water. The word shallow means not very deep. I wonder what I will see when I dive underwater. Wow! The long, tall stems of the water lily stretch all the way to the bottom of the pond. I bet its roots grow down into the muddy ground. The cat's tail stems grow underwater too. One of the turtles had slid off its warm rock and started swimming underwater in search of a snack. The water in the pond is so murky and muddy, I can hardly see. The word murky means cloudy, dark, and hard to see through. But I do see a fish swimming along, weaving between the stems of the lily pads. I can see the warm sunlight shine through the water surface into the pond's depths. I wonder what I will find crawling along the very bottom of the pond, where it is gloomy and dark. I guess crawfish like the cold, murky water at the bottom of the pond. I see one using its antenna to feel around for food that might be nearby. Then it will use its front claws to capture the food and put it in its mouth. I think I'm going to swim away before the crawfish antenna finds me. If I follow the lily pad stem upward, I can swim right back to the surface of the pond. The water gets warmer and warmer as I swim towards the sunlight. I can understand why the flowers of the lily pad grows on top of the water. After all, it needs bright sunlight so its beautiful white flowers can grow and bloom. That swim in the cool pond water was refreshing, but now I'm worn out. It's time for me to say goodbye to the blue heron and the cattails, to the fish and the lily pads. I'm going to find a warm rock nearby where I can lay in the sun, dry off, and take a nap. I think I'll take my time as I crawl slowly around, looking for the perfect spot. Goodbye, everyone!